Considering client confidentiality and UK GDPR, is this tool best practice for counsellors to use? Hey counsellors and psychotherapists, Kenneth V. Kelly here. So AI and AI tools, do you use them? How do you find out if a tool is going to be good for you? How do you realize whether it's going to protect your client's confidentiality and handle the data according to UK GDPR? So I was scrolling through Facebook. I saw the advert. So this advert here is promising me psychotherapeutic content and ideas by AI to better serve my clients. And there's even a free trial that I can try. Now, it looks very tempting, and when I went through to the website, I see we've got quick advice here, we've got session ideas, summarizing a session, intake forms, pre-session checklists, CBT worksheets. It seems that this tool is trying to serve me. Now, this is tricky because when we use a tool and we place our clients' data into that tool, we're bringing them in. Have they given consent for us to put their data in a tool? And have we interrogated that tool to find out whether it is going to best suit our clients? Here's a way of finding out. I'm looking for their privacy policy, and I see right here at the bottom, by law, they have to have a privacy policy. So I'm going to go through to their privacy policy. Now, privacy policies are always long and boring, and they've got a lot of words on. They're written by attorneys, and they're very difficult for us to know what's going on. So how about this? Take the URL. So I've just copied the URL of the privacy policy, and I'm now going to go into ChatGPT. Here it is, ChatGPT, and I can place that URL into ChatGPT, and I can say to it, considering client confidentiality and UK GDPR, is this tool best practice for counsellors to use? If not, what are the concerns? So that's the prompt that I put in. And here we go. Now, I'm not saying this is what ChatGPT is saying. It's saying no explicit mention of UK GDPR. And the risk using a non-compliant tool could violate professional ethical codes. Unclear data storage location. This is so important. It's not saying where the data is being stored that is going in. So if you're putting your client data in, where's it going? It's not covered in their privacy policy. And if that is outside of the UK or the EU, there is a risk. Here it is. Risk. Unspecified offshore data storage creates ambiguity around lawful basis for transfer and appropriate safeguards. Access to the data. Risk inadequate clarity could breach confidentiality if desirable client data is accessed without safeguards. It doesn't say exactly who can have access to it. Lack of explicit client consent process, so important. We need to get our clients' consent if we're using any tools. Using this tool without clear consent undermines ethical practice and informed choice. No mention of data protection officer. So any company that is processing data should have a DPO, a data protection officer. We certainly have one in our company to look after the data and any breaches and make sure that best practice has been adhered to. And then it gives some best practice of some other recommendations and then a summary of the recommendations. As a counselor, you have a legal and ethical duty to protect your client's data. Only use tools where compliance is clear, data storage is transparent, and security is robust. So it's not me saying whether you should use a certain tool or not use another tool, but go through a process, have a due diligence process that you go through to interrogate whether that tool is going to be best fit for you and your practice. The privacy policy is always a great starting point. Use an AI model to interrogate that page. Ask it the questions you want to know. I've created a critical thinking guide that has a number of questions on, if you're working with AI or considering an AI tool, that you can ask yourself when considering whether you uptake a tool to use in service of your clients. And if we haven't met before, I'm Kenneth V. Kelly. I'm an advocate for ethical, person-first counseling. I believe that the heart of our work isn't just in the techniques that we use, but in the connections we build with our clients. If you're here, it means you care about doing this the right way. You want to create a practice that's not just professional, but deeply human. And that's exactly what I'm here to help you do. Thanks for watching my video.